Hi everybody, Josh with Cutthroat Comics here. I've been thinking about this for a while and figured I'd give you guys my 10 tips for becoming a better writer. Now, this isn't memorized in my head, it's scripted. I've got a little computer, so you'll see me looking over here. So it is what it is, I'm a writer, not a memorizer. Anyway, so if these tips help you, that's awesome. For some of you, I might say these and you'll be like, well, I already do all this stuff and this really wasn't that helpful. My bad. Sorry to waste your time. I know myself, I've watched a bunch of these videos and I'm like, dude, I do all this stuff. But there are people out there in the world that maybe don't do these things, or maybe they're just starting. So maybe this will be helpful. If it is, awesome. If not, that's okay. Thanks for watching anyway. Anyway, first I figured, why should you listen to me? Well, you don't have to. It's your life. You do what you want. In the last 5 years, I've written 7 comic books and 6 actual books. 1 kids book, 2 books of short stories and poems, 1 self-help for divorcees, and 2 novels. So I've been busy the last 5 years. So, I've learned a lot. I started out, I don't have any training in writing, really. Took a couple classes in college for English, and I wrote there. I did book reports and stuff as a kid. I always did pretty well on those. So I've always enjoyed writing, like probably a lot of you that are watching this video. So anyway, let's jump right into it. Tip 1, everybody's different. By that I mean everybody doesn't write the same. Not everybody has the same process, and that's okay. Do whatever you want to do and what makes you feel comfortable, and as you write more and more, you're going to find what process gets the best out of you. Whatever that is, do that, and that's totally fine. A lot of people will sit down and just hammer out something. Other people will do a lot of pre-writing and all that. I'm a mix of both. Sometimes I'll sit down and write 1,000 words, like quick. Other times I get a little stuck and I find it helps to have some bones there. So, you might be the same too. So, tip 2, and I like this one, take a break. So by that I don't mean take 5 minutes. So if you get stuck or you're not sure where you want your story to go, a lot of people call it writer's block. I don't really call it that, unless you just legit can't come up with any ideas. Then obviously you got something going on. But sometimes, if you take a break, if you take the rest of the day off, if you go take a shower, or if you commute to work, think about your story then and what you want to do, and then you can think about the different ways that you want to take it. Point A will take you this way, point B will take you that way. A lot of people throughout history, and you can look this up on the interwebs, they'll think about a problem before they go to sleep, and they'll either wake up the next morning or somewhere in the night with the answer. That's happened to me a lot. A lot of my ideas come from strange dreams. In a story, I won't know what to do, and I'll be thinking about it before I go to bed, and I'll wake up with the answer. So I think that is very beneficial. So I think it was Todd McFarlane that said this. Don't quote me on that, but make bold and exciting choices in your writing. Try to be unpredictable. Nowadays, everything's been done. You're really probably not going to fool too many people with your writing. So try to make those exciting choices. Keep the reader intrigued. Keep them on their toes. Number 4, if your idea is similar to something else, and you're going to have that all the time. If you're talking to your friends about, yeah, I got this story about this or that, they'll be like, oh, that's like this movie. So what? As long as it's not exactly like it. If it's similar, that's okay. Not everybody has seen every movie or show or comic or book. So write your story. Don't really worry about if it's too much like this or that. Write your story. Then when it all is said and done, if somebody's reading it and says, it's exactly like it, then you might have a problem on your hands. You might have to change some stuff. But write your story. Don't worry about what it's like. Little side tip, this one doesn't count, but when you're selling your story, you're going to want to tell people it's like this and this. So it can be a good thing. Number 5 might be the most important, and this is something I struggled with early on, and probably most people do. Rewrite your dialogue. So what you want to do is, as you're writing, Get your character to say what you want them to say. But when you go back through, you want to make sure that you find their voice, the way they speak, the words they use, if they're from the South, you want them using ain't and you want them to say soda or Coke instead of pop, stuff like that. So go through and rewrite your dialogue once or twice. Like I said, get your bare bones dialogue. Sam says, I want a pop, but Sam is from Tennessee, so Sam actually would say, I want a Coke. Stuff like that. So let's see. Number 7, train yourself to keep notes. This is also a very important one. Okay? Keep your phone next to your bed. Keep a notepad next to your bed. Keep something on you or around you at all times. You'll wake up in the middle of the night with an idea, and you'll be like, oh, that's a really good idea. I will remember that in the morning. No, you won't. You will forget it 85 to 90% of the time. Trust me. Keep notes. Even if they're stupid. I've woke up before, and it's been halfway through the day, and I'll be like, oh, didn't I put a note in my phone last night? I'll check it, and it's just like the dumbest idea ever. Sometimes that happens, but other times you'll get really good ideas. A lot of my comic book characters have come from dreams. Poems and stuff I've written in the middle of the night. Concepts I've written in the middle of the night, just waking up and putting it in my phone. Keep notes. Number 8. This isn't exactly a writing tip, but this may help you down the road. So I'm friends on like Facebook and the social media place with a lot of artists, drawing artists and writing artists. Some of them I notice don't really talk about themselves at all. They talk about their work, and that's great. You want to talk about your work, and it's okay to talk about your work. But the people that are going to buy your work not only buy it because they're interested in the work, but they'll buy it because they're interested in you and what you may have to offer. So, and do as you like. If you're not comfortable being out there in the world, then so be it, But I suggest being a person, not just a name. Makes sense. Tip 9 actually comes from when I was a musician before I did writing. We'd go in the studio, we'd record songs, and it just wouldn't sound right. And the thing is, I found this and I carried this over into my writing. It's never going to be perfect. You're never going to get it exactly how you want it. You're going to go back and change stuff, and then you end up with a bigger mess. Get it as good as it can be. Be confident in your work, and put it out there. Because if you keep changing it, then that's all you're going to continue to do. That was number 9. Number 10 is a pretty cool one. Listen to the pros. Watch interviews with professional writers, ones you like, ones you think that you are, like. So, if you write like Stephen King, listen to his interviews, see how he does things, listen to his insight. But also, and this is also more important, and this came from Stan Lee, also this came from when I was a musician, I told my bandmates this all the time. We're writing music, or in this case, writing books or comics or poetry, whatever it is you're doing in art, write it for you. Write what you want to read or hear, and hopefully everybody else likes it, because that's how you get an honest work of art. You wrote it because it's what you're feeling and what you're thinking. So I think that's my 10 tips. I hope this helps. If it doesn't, I'm sorry you wasted, about 9-10 minutes of your time. If you're interested in my work, you can find all my work at cutthroatcomics.com, Cutthroat comics.com. Again, I'm Josh Nealis. Thank you for watching, and, stay safe, safe travels, and always read comics. Bye.